It is a big day for the future of the Commonwealth. The nation is watching as Virginians cast their ballots this election day.
CBS 6 anchor Bill Fitzgerald is at Short Pump Elementary School for a live look at voting going on right now. Bill?
And Cheryl and Julie, it's going on right now for sure. I'm in Henrico County, and that's where many Central Virginians are using their vote to make their voice heard today. Here at Short Pump, there are two competitive races that will help decide who controls the legislature. The Senate seat here is currently held by Republican Siobhan Donovan, an OBGYN. Her challenger, Democrat Schuyler Van Valkenburg, is a school teacher who previously served in the House of Delegates. As is the case in other parts of Virginia and the country for that matter, the outcome could hinge on how voters feel about abortion. The Democrats have criticized Donovan, claiming she'd support putting further restrictions on abortion if she is reelected. Donovan has said she does not support banning abortion, saying it should remain legal until 15 weeks. She's criticized Democrats for supporting legislation to make it easier to have an abortion up until the moment of birth. Now, the House race here features two political newcomers, Democrat Susanna Gibson and Republican David Owen. Both candidates list education and supporting small businesses as priorities. But Owen is campaigning as the anti-crime candidate, while Gibson has focused on reproductive rights. It's worth noting that President Joe Biden performed well in this area during the 2020 presidential election, but the very next year, Governor Glenn Youngkin turned some of these districts red on his way to winning election. That race, of course, came before the Supreme Court's Dobbs decision, which overturned Roe v. Wade. But Short Pump Elementary is just one of hundreds of voting locations across our region. One in the city of Richmond is seeing higher than expected turnout today, and poll workers say that's because of a key issue on the ballot in Richmond. Our Joy Foltz is there live now to explain. Joy?
Well, Bill, I'm told by those working the polls here at Forest Hill Presbyterian Church that today's voters rush really happened because of the key issue of the casino and Richmonders deciding whether or not to bring it to the city's south side. Now, this will be the Richmonders' second vote on the $562 million resort and casino, as it was just narrowly voted down back in 2021. Now spending around $10 million in campaigning this go-round, developers of the casino say voting yes would mean more jobs and big investments into the Richmond community. Those opposed to bringing the resort and casino say its development would ultimately take money away from the working class and only worsen gambling problems. And despite it being the second round, Chief Election Officer Rob Lee Jones says the issue is one that has definitely brought Richmonders out to vote today, as his precinct was sent more ballots as they were beginning to get low before noon.
Well, what we're seeing is it's not quite equal to what we'd see in a presidential year, but it's up there around what a gubernatorial year would be. We've got over 800 voters at this point in the day, and that's pretty high.
I think a lot of people are turning out because of this casino thing. I think that some people feel like last time they got a little burn on it, they came out and they tried to speak their voice, and it seems like it was ignored. So they're now with a vengeance coming out to vote again. That's definitely why I'm here today.
Now, there's just a few hours left to vote yes or no on the casino, as polls officially close at 7 p.m. today. Tonight at 11 p.m. we'll have full coverage on which way the casino vote went. In Richmond, I'm Joy Foltz for CBS 6 News.
All right, thank you, Joy. And a measure in another locality drawing voters to the polls there as well. In Hanover, residents are now voting whether to elect school board members. Our Maggie Marshall joins us live now to break down the debate from both sides of the issue and how the measure made it onto the ballot in the first place. Maggie?
Hey, Bill, well, the Hanover School Board is one of only a handful of school boards that appoints their members as opposed to electing them. And a group of citizens wanted to try to change that. So this summer, they collected over 12,000 signatures, and that was enough to qualify this issue to be on the ballot here today. Now, those in favor of that change believe that making this an election would cause it to eliminate politics. They believe it gives voters a direct voice for who represents them. They also believe it brings much needed transparency to the position. Now, however, people for it remaining appointed believe current leaders are making good decisions. They say that shows from the district having the highest standard of learning scores across the region. They believe making a change to electing the position would bring in politics. And Hanover citizens in this area haven't voted on this issue since the 1990s, and both sides of this issue have held rallies around this issue and have been campaigning hard. Both have tents out here tonight at the polling locations looking to get some last-minute votes. Live here in Hanover, I'm Maggie Marshall, CBS 6 News.
Thanks, Maggie. And you'll find a full breakdown of today's races, the candidates, and the issues in Virginia, our Virginia Voters Guide. Just go to our website, WTVR.com. And ahead at 5 o'clock, our CBS 6 political analyst, Dr. Bob, will join me to discuss why Virginia's elections will likely come down to just a few districts, including the one I'm standing in right now in Short Pump. For now, I'm Bill Fitzgerald at Short Pump Elementary. I'll send it back inside to you, Julie.
Thank you, Bill. Even as voters are casting this year's ballots right now, elections administrators nationwide are preparing for Election Day 2024 like never before. The unprecedented challenges of the 2020 presidential election have led to unprecedented new security measures in places like Phoenix, Arizona. From fencing around the tabulation center with key card access to extra security for voters and workers. Maricopa County Recorder Stephen Richer, elected in 2020, is among election administrators nationwide who have experienced a barrage of threats.
If you count things like you're a traitor and we think you should go, hundreds. If you count actionable threats that the FBI and DOJ are prosecuting, I have 3 right now.
This new reality is spurring a lot of turnover. The Brennan Center for Justice estimates 2024 will be the very first presidential election for more than 1 in 5 local elections officials. Nationwide, the Federal Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency will also dispatch 10 election security advisors to help more jurisdictions identify cyber risks like AI spreading false information.